Children of the Dust Bowl. Written by Jerry Stanley, illustrated with photographs. Jerry Stanley was born and raised in Michigan. Stanley was not the fondest of school and was even expelled from high school and told by his counselors how dumb he was for not even finishing high school. Upon expulsion, he joined the Air Force in California, after which he went back and graduated high school to prove to himself that he could do it. Stanley graduated from the University of Arizona with a PhD in history, which added to his wife's recommendation helped to explain why most of his novels are nonfiction historical novels for young adults. While writing Children of the Dust Bowl, Stanley used his negative experience in high school to relate to the Okies in the book. Name-calling and constant degradation were something he was quite familiar with. Many of Stanley's books deal with overcoming discrimination and diversity, and the history he was so passionate about, much of which is based near Bakersfield where he was living. There's no illustrator to this book, but there are real photographs, which give a fantastic insight into the lives of whom they were written about. I chose Children of the Dust Bowl based on the recommendations for novels at the end of chapter 11 in our text. It's not part of a series, but there are many books like it that would appeal to children who are interested in historical nonfictions. There are many other historical nonfictions also written by Jerry Stanley. There are many awards won for this book as well. There's the Dorothy Canfield Fisher Children's Book Award nominee in 1994, the NCTE Orbis Pictus Award in 1993, the John and Patricia Beatty Award in 1993, Spur Award for Best Juvenile Nonfiction, 1992, Jefferson Cup Book Award, and the ALA Notable Children's Book Award. You've all heard the story of Old Sunny Cow, the place where it never rains. They say it don't know how. They say, come on, you Okies, work is easy found. Bring along your cotton sack. You can pick the whole year round. This is a tale of the arduous journey from Oklahoma, Texas, and Arkansas to California, to where they had been told that there was work shortly following the Great Depression, and a gigantic lack of rain, which led to what was called the Dust Bowl. They had been told that there was work for all. Many farmers in the Panhandle were left with dropping crop prices, which made it so that they could not afford their land. Everything the farmer owned was packed up, and they began the journey, stopping here and there to afford the gas so that they could make it further. When they finally got to California, most of the jobs were already taken, and there were signs saying, "Go home, Okies." Fortunately, in 1936, the Farm Security Administration built 12 camps in the San Joaquin Valley, one of which was called Weed Patch Camp, which housed many of the Okies after their travels. Californians hated the Okies because they came in such large population. They were sick, which raised the healthcare prices, the overcrowding of schools, and also raised property taxes. The children of the farmers received no education, so in 1939, Leo Hart applied for an emergency school due to overcrowding, and thus he had the funding to begin building the school in the plot adjacent to the camp. All of the materials were donated, and the school was built by the children themselves. Jerry Stanley was living in Bakersfield and did his research and interviews and obtained pictures needed for the book at the time when he was writing. The story is historically accurate while still keeping the reader engaged. Actual nonfiction with a story that is enjoyed by the target audience of age 10 and older. The story is short enough for a 10-year-old to read and has pictures to keep them engaged, and also fits within the historical curriculum, especially in California. 7 interesting facts. It's based on the story of the Okies during the Dust Bowl. We're told the story of discrimination and false hope, followed up by great success by Leo Hart. Weed Patch Camp was built for the Okies, and this novel was set during the same time as Esperanza Rising. Leo Hart took it upon himself to personally help the Okie children to receive an education, hand-selecting the best teachers through universities in California. All of the materials for Weed Patch Camp were donated by residents. Children of the Dust Bowl, 8 teachers and Leo Hart built the school by hand. The school taught practical skills like butchering, sewing, cooking, mechanics, plumbing, cobblery, and many other subjects, both practical and academic. And the school even had a runway with an airplane that the students could drive if they received good grades. Written in a narrative style with an expository feel, Jerry Stanley uses a sequential narrative of the background leading up to the opening of the school. The style is that of a picture book nonfiction, in that it incorporates many pictures, as you can see, along with the text, making it accessible for readers aged 10 and older. There's an index for all photographs, and uses notes about the author and gives homage to Steinbeck's Grapes of Wrath. There are author books notes as well as bibliographical notes and picture credits. The book refreshed my memory of the history of the Dust Bowl and its effect on California, especially in regards to agriculture, while also giving me the story of Leo Hart and the children of Weed Patch School, which I hadn't previously known much about. I would highly recommend this book, especially to any children in California or adults that want to refresh your course on with the wonderful pictures that make you feel as though you're a part of the history.